Welcome to our video series for the 50th year anniversary of the EU-Turkey Statement, organized by the Association for Migration Research. Association for Migration Research was founded in 2017 by a bunch of migration scholars and researchers with the aim of improving critical thinking on migratory issues in and around Turkey. Today, our guest is Mosab al Nomairy. Welcome, Mosab. I will first introduce our guest and then continue with the first question. Mosab al Nomairy is writer and editor in Al-Jumhuriya platform. He moved to Turkey after the conflict in Syria started to intensify, and now he's living in Toronto, Canada. So we just said that you lived in Turkey and now you're in Canada. Where were you during the long summer of migration in 2015 and the ensuing period leading to the statement? Can you tell us more about your experience during this time?
Yeah, I came to Turkey in 2014, September. I was living in Dubai before, and I came 1 year before the big wave of immigration, or like it was simultaneous, I can say. Yeah, it was September 2014, as I remember. Yeah.
So you were in Turkey during the EU-Turkey statement,
Yeah.
the one that was agreed on the 2016, 18th of March. How did this statement, EU-Turkey deal, affect the Syrian community in Turkey? I mean, what were your observations?
Basically, this deal was in like after the big wave of refugees going from Turkey to Europe. Okay, before that, the situation was like this: Syrians can come whenever they can, they want. Okay, then they find their way. If they want to go to Europe, or like illegally being immigrant to Europe through Izmir or like the cities that are on the Mediterranean. Okay, so the deal came to say that to Turkey that, okay, take this money and keep the refugees in Turkey. Okay, and the like after that deal, Turkey had to close its border with with Europe, with like the European borders, and its border with Syria. Okay, so what the deal made is that it closed all the doors to enter and escape Turkey. Okay, then Turkey had I don't know exactly what is the number, but it was more than 3.5 million Syrian in Turkey. Okay, Turkey, I don't know if I should talk about this now or talk about this later. Okay, the effect of that is that Turkey had the green light to do what it wants with refugees with this deal. Okay, it's not anymore any international case. It shifted it from international cause to local cause, I think, to Turkey. Okay, and because of that, Turkey started to put new measures for, which is like the temporary, like the temporary card. It was like established from before, I think, but then after that, Turkey announced that you have to have status, okay, and you can't stay without status. So what I did, like I didn't get a status when I came to Turkey for many reasons. At that time, I like naively thought, if I come to Turkey, doors were open, nobody's going to kick us out, and I will see what is the best choice for me to choose. Either the temporary protection card, it was like the white one, okay, or the tourism visa, or work permit, or student permission, okay? I thought that if I, like, the easiest thing to get was the tourist visa, which was Turkey giving for 1 year and renewable 1 year. okay? And I thought if I get temporary protection, I can, like, it's easier way for me to get citizenship because I'm refugee, and I, like, when time pass, I will get my like status as citizen, whatever, because that's what I was hopeful for, because Turkey was very, like, welcoming to Syrian refugees at that time. I don't know if you want to ask me any other question.
I was just going to ask about the temporary protection regime and how the status actually affected your experience, or like what was the role of the status in your experience also past after the statement.
So exactly, I don't remember the timeline of the shifting of my situation, okay? But I remember that, like, being very confident that I'm welcome in Turkey, to gradually feeling that I am being surrounded with new laws and restrictions, okay? So when I got my temporary protection card with my family, okay, I thought, okay, I am a legal person now, and I can do whatever I want in Turkey. I didn't have plan yet to move outside Turkey, okay? But what made, like, significant problem for me was the beginning of restriction of moving inside Turkey, okay? Suddenly, I don't know exactly when, but I think it's after 2016, the people who were holding temporary protection cards, had to get permission from the city, like from the province of Istanbul, to go to another province inside Turkey, okay? Or state, I don't know.
Yes, this is what is called yol izin belgesi in Turkish. You remember probably the permission paper for the travel inside Turkey. So if you are, as you explained very well, if you are registered in Gaziantep, for instance, you cannot go to Istanbul unless you get this permission paper for travel between the two cities.
Yeah, exactly. So once I had, like, I was not that person who travels a lot. Okay, when I came to Istanbul, I stayed in Istanbul. I didn't go anywhere else because I was, like, building my life from zero. So I didn't have the luxury to go from one city to another. But I had this question when I wanted to go to vacation, as example, in Antalya or Dacia or wherever. Okay. I remember, like, when I went from Istanbul to Dacia in 2018, okay, I was very afraid of what could be happening on my way. I went with some friends, and I was trying, like, because at that time you have to get permission, but the process of getting the permission was not easy process. You know, you have to wait, you have to explain why are you going. I don't think that visiting and tourism was one of the necessary reasons for you to leave, you know? So that's why I didn't get permission, and we went to Dacia. Nothing happened with this trip, but I remember the fear that I was witnessing a big fear, okay? And I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just moving inside the country that I'm protected inside, okay? So I started to think that it's like it's nightmare, and things are becoming worse. It's not going to be, like, better in the future, in the near future at least, because, like, I know that everything is happening in this case was a reflection of political things and political pressure from parties or whatever. Turkey shifted from being, like, the strategy, I think 180% shifted from being welcome to being not welcoming like the Syrian refugees, like, and trying, like, I don't know if it's like, I can't generalize and simplify things. It became very complicated. The scene became very complicated, and there were so many factors to draw this, like the Turkish strategy according to Syrians. But it was not going in our favor, I think. So I started to think about alternatives to that situation, because I left Syria to Dubai. Then I left to Dubai to Turkey only because I was feeling that I'm not free. Like, that was my problem. Okay. Then I found myself in a situation where I have to count every step I want to do. And there is the deep feeling that you are making a mistake or wrong or like crime. I thought that I'm criminal, you know, because like you are suspicious in every step you take, because like the strategy is built on fear. Okay. So Turkey was, we can say that it was station for Syrians to go to Europe. Okay. Then the deal came to stop the illegal immigration from Turkey to Europe. Okay. What about the legal immigration? Now, if you look to the numbers that are for the people who are taken or resettled from Turkey to other places, it's nothing. Is like, the question is like 3 million or 5 million if you count the people who are not registered. Is it like, is Turkey capable of taking responsibility for all of this? I don't think it's capable, like, because they are like, it's big number, and Syrian refugees should be asked where they want to stay. Maybe, like, I know that so many people, I don't know exactly the percentage, but I know that there is big percentage of the Syrians in Turkey, they don't want to stay in Turkey. Okay. And they don't know what to do. How to go to other places. I think that the refugee crisis should be the responsibility of all the Western countries, like Europe, Canada, United States, receive anything of it.
We talked about your experience in Turkey. What I want to ask you is, what do you think were the breaking points in these past 5 years?
The breaking point is how Turkey shifted its priorities inside Syria to fight the Kurdish, PYD in Syria, and so with this operation going to Syria increased the fears of Turkey, because it's like fighting with Kurds who are existing on its like very long borders, okay, and started to have, I think, authoritarian vision to how it's dealing with Syrian in Turkey. So after it started fighting the Kurds in Syria, Syrians were suspicious because of that national security issue, which is like, I don't know what are the reasons. Turkey had Daesh, then BYD and its border. And I don't think that it, like, going to Afrin was, I think it's disaster for how it affected the vision of Turkey of like Syrian refugees. Are they allies or enemies? That's what they were, how it treated them. Like, with the Turkish military action in Syria means ally, against it, enemy. Like, it was very black and white vision and very extreme, okay? And I think it was the most fearful moment for me, because and I think for most of the Syrians, okay, because it was a Syrian, like Turkey going to Syria, it was a Syrian issue because it's Syrian land, you know, so you have to express your opinion, right? And I think the political and like the effect of this military action was reflected, like after, if we can pinpoint the deal, we can talk about the military action in Syria as second stage for like the bad situation that created the bad situation in. I don't know if it's clear how
Yes.
the like.
Yeah, but then as one of the contributors of Al-Jumhuriya blog, you have written an article last year about your experience of arrestation by the police in Istanbul. I mean, what had happened after the local elections in Istanbul in the summer 2019, the campaign, the expulsion campaign of foreigners without documents, without legal documents, including certain Syrian refugees, has probably been another important point in this story of the refugee presence in Istanbul or in Turkey in general. And you were one of the people who experienced quite difficult moments, and you have written about it in your blog, in the Al-Jumhuriya blog.
Actually, I was like detained for 2 weeks, and at the beginning I didn't know why. Okay. Back then I was working as a journalist. I was writing about like what's happening in Syria, whatever. I didn't know that if that happened because I working as a journalist. Okay. And I was taken to the police station, and I witnessed like what's happening in the police station. Then I was taken to the immigration diary. And then I figured out that what happened is that because in 2016, I applied for residency, like for tourist visa, which is like, it's better for temporary than the temporary protection card, because the tourist residency can give me, I can travel inside and outside Turkey without problem. But this, my application was refused or rejected by the Turkish state. Then because people who have temporary protection card couldn't get the tourist visa or the tourist residency. I don't know how to call it exactly in Turkish. And because my application was rejected, I had to pay. I went to lawyer to appeal, saying that I couldn't get this visa and I want to appeal to get this visa. So it was legal case, basically. And this case was dismissed. And the obligation of this case was me to pay some amount of money to the state. I don't remember how much it was, like 200-300, I don't exactly remember, like, but it's nothing, 150 liras, something like that. And they were saying that they went to my house and they couldn't reach me, so they put my name on the system. Okay, so basically I was for 2 years walking in the streets, and I was wanted by the state because I didn't pay 150 liras, which a problem can be solved with a phone call. Okay, but this is what I want to say, is that Turkey was dealing with the situation of Syrians through the lens of fear and doubt. That's why, and this fear, the fear creates fear, of course, you know, checkpoints, doubts about refugees. And this is what led to me being detained for 2 weeks without any legal reference. And how did they deal with the police station, then the immigration bureau? It was like I couldn't get my lawyer into the immigration diary. I had to go alone, handcuffed, like, you know. So then I took decision that I should leave. I can't stay here because I'm living in fear, actually. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that with us. And for lastly, I want to ask about the future, and because there's willingness from both parties, from the EU and the Turkey side, to renew the statement. And in this regard, what are your anticipations and maybe wishes for the future?
I know that this world that we are living in is not the great place for us to have beautiful wishes. Like, I hope it won't be bad. Okay, I hope it will be like to guarantee more rights and like clearance for the Syrians in Turkey, because like it can't go on like this. There is something I want also to talk about, that there is so much like aside of the deal that restricted the movement of the Syrians inside Turkey, aside of the like military invasion to Afrin, there is clear and dangerous speech, public speech of fear and hatred against Syrian that is used from the political parties to get advantages, and like political advantages. And I hope that this stop escalating, because there is clear racism waves against refugees. Okay, and I don't know, it's very complicated. Okay, but like I hope it like this deal becomes more sensitive about what is the situation now and what is this situation can generate in the future. So I hope it will be like better than the previous one, actually.
Thank you very much, Mosab, for participating and sharing your views and experiences with us. Thank you.
Thank you.